good scan of a checklist, someone's review, a YouTube video, anything. Why can't I find the names of most of these guys? They came out in 2012. I just want to point out to anyone who thinks that just because we live in a modern age, that means that things can't be forgotten. No, plenty of things will get forgotten every single day. The Library of Alexandria can still burn. Life is still going to end. There is nothing. We are all going to die. Lessons in nihilism from a stupid zombie toy line. We're getting towards the end of the SLUG figures that I'm going to be reviewing right now. There's a few that I'm going to be saving for holidays going forward. So this very well may be the last, or at least one of the last SLUG reviews that we're going to have. But what a line we had. I mean, sure, this wasn't like a complete retrospective of the entire toy line, but just looking at samples, like, there was a lot of fun, a lot of good, a lot of work, a lot of everything. It just was a bad time. And admittedly, 2012 was a time where zombies were really saturating the market, so it might have also just been lost in the shuffle. But all that said, it's good. Jakks had a good toy line. They've had many good toy lines that have been forgotten to time. Let's hope that their legitimate good work with, say, Pokemon before Jazzwares took over, and all the Nintendo properties now, Sonic as well, that those things don't go the same way. I don't think they will. I think they're pretty popular. From SLUG, a forgotten Jakks-specific toy line, we have one more survivor and two more zombies. This is the last of our retrospectives, probably, unless I miscounted. I guess we'll find out next week. For anyone who may not know, this was a 2012 toy line that lasted only a few seasons before it ultimately dried up, and it was just a bunch of minifigures done in the muscle figure style that probably would have done really well nowadays, where there's a lot of toy lines of this ilk, but it wasn't able to find an audience back then. Taking a look at our first guy, this is the only character I have a name for out of this trio. It's Buck Wild, and he's kind of boring. He doesn't have much going for him. That's the case with most survivors. The Doctor, I'm afraid, isn't much better. Like, sure, he has the wrench in the head, but other than that, there's not any, like, exposed gore or detail, like some tattered clothes. But out of all the zombies, he's easily the most mundane and kind of, well, forgettable out of any of them. Lastly, we have this little girl and her teddy, which, honestly, this might be I don't want to say ripoff, but a ripoff from the first scene of The Walking Dead, where you had a zombified little girl with a stuffed animal. Pretty good, and I like how the eyeball on the teddy bear has also popped out. That's a fun little detail. Kind of like the toy line, these reviews have gone out with a whimper, not really a bang.